successful colorist means knowing how to build a steady clientele. It's not enough to give new clients beautiful looks. You've got to make sure those new clients become return clients. And that means taking care of their lengths. For this, you've got to master the take-through.
Regrowth and lengths are in different condition, and so they have different needs. On the regrowth, color has never been applied. It's the first time the hair will be oxidized and lifted, so it will absorb the color well and be perfectly covered. But lengths and ends have already been sensitized by product. Over time, using the same oxidative color on both regrowth and lengths will over-sensitize hair, causing it to lose shine. The best way to take through colors is to use acidic tone-on-tone on the lengths and ends. It avoids all of the unwanted side effects of oxidative permanent color. Dia-Lite has the unique ability to gently revive shine without overloading or sensitizing hair. So, what makes Dia-Lite so special? Let's find out. There are 5 key elements that make Dia-Lite such a success: acidic pH, low developer, short development time, gel cream texture, and zero lift. Maybe you already noticed a major difference between Dia-Lite and most other color formulas. It's the pH. Dia-Lite is acidic instead of alkaline. So what do the different pH levels mean? pH measures the level of acidity or alkalinity of any product containing water. It ranges from a 1 to a 14. 1 is more acidic, 14 is more alkaline, 7 is neutral. The liquid contained in car batteries is extremely acidic and aggressive. Gastric liquid contained in our stomach is also very acidic. Coke or lemon juice is also acidic. On the other side of the pH scale, drainer that we use to clean clogged sinks are extremely corrosive alkaline products. While hair relaxers and high lift colors are also alkaline, but on a much softer level. So we need to be very careful when working with these products. Drinking water is neutral and lies in the middle of the pH scale. Hair lives in an acidic environment because of the pH of sweat and sebum production on the scalp. That's why many hair care products such as Vitamino Color have an acidic pH. Hair thrives in a pH between 4.5 and 5.5. Cuticle scales remain closed, making the hair shinier and softer. Since the pH of Dia-Lite is acidic, it's the most gentle product of the whole coloring range. All the other products, Dia-Color, INOA, Majirel, and Majirel High Lift bring beyond a pH of 9 in order to deliver results. Dia-Lite slightly shifts hair pH when compared to the other traditional color products. It brings the pH to an average of 6.8. Dia-Lite is so mild, it actually has the same pH as milk. In addition to its acidic pH, Dia-Lite is mostly used with low developers such as 6 volume or 9 volume. That makes it possible to deposit color, but without the lift. With a 20-minute development time, Dia-Lite is the mildest formula of all of L'Oreal Professionnel's oxidative colors. Dia-Lite has a unique gel cream texture, which makes the application very easy, but also gives it a double boost. The nourishing cream smooths the hair surface and adds shine. Plus, the transparency of the gel gives a fresh and sheer result. This leaves hair soft, shiny, and manageable. Remember, Dia-Lite does many things, but lift is not one of them. That's because of the low developer combined with acidic pH and the short development time. However, it does deposit color on colored or pre-lightened hair. Deolite takes advantage of the existing porosity. It can also be used to tone balayage or to refresh the lengths of oxidative colors. Deolite is the ideal product for color-treated or pre-lightened hair. There's another advantage to Deolite. It comes with a partner, Acidic Gloss Clear. It's a transparent gel that liquefies the Deolite texture, and it makes any shade, well, more transparent. The more clear you add to your mix, the more liquid it becomes, and it's also easier to apply. It comes in a multi-dose 250 ml tube, which is more convenient. When the white hair coverage rule is applied, we see we need to make a separate mixture with Deolite for the lengths and the ends, one that doesn't contain fundamental. On the roots, Majirel or INOA, half 7 and half 7.1 with 20 volume. On the lengths, Deolite, only with 6 or 9 volume. Let's say you don't have the right Deolite shade on hand. You could use Majirel or INOA to take through, but only using the necessary reflex shade. For example, on the roots, Majirel or INOA, half 7, half 7.1 with 20 volume. On the lengths, Majirel or INOA, 7.1, only with 10 vol. Here's another example of when to use a separate mixture for the lengths. When 30 volume has been used on the regrowth, you should use a separate mixture for the take-through. For example, 5.4 with 30 volume on the regrowth. One option would be to mix 5.4 Deolite with 9 volume on the lengths and ends. It's right, but it's also basic. Why be basic when you can be so much more? When you have the opportunity to remix new product for lengths, it's a great time to adapt for artistic or technical reasons and to create your own signature color. So instead of using 5.4 on the lengths, maybe you could try 6.4 or even 7.4. What do you think? As lengths and ends are porous, the color deposits easily. So we strongly advise you to take through with a shade that's 1 or 2 levels lighter. We also recommend using the Acidic Gloss Clear to increase the transparency for more shine. It's a question of dosing, a quarter or half clear, 1 or 2 levels lighter. It depends on the porosity, the sensitivity, and the level of fading. It's also very personal to each client and to each of you as a colorist. Over time, you'll get more experienced and will make beautiful choices. Again, if you don't have Deolite or the right Deolite shade available, you can still take through with oxidative color, but with a lower strength developer. Depending on how much the color has faded, you can determine when to take through the color. When using Deolite on moderately faded colors, you can take through 10 minutes before the end of development time. On very faded colors, 20 minutes is necessary. When using Majirel or INOA on slightly faded colors, proper emulsification is enough for a take-through. On moderately faded colors, you should take through 15 minutes before the end of development time. On very faded colors, immediate take-through is necessary.
A skilled take-through will bring your career to new heights. It's a salon service that highlights your talent as a professional, and it'll keep your clients coming back for more. See you on the next episode of Color Keys 1.